they were roommates.
God, they were roommates.
Hey Roomies, and welcome back to And We Were Roommates. Hope everyone's having a lovely week out there. How are we doing this week, girls?
Scratching and surviving. Good times.
We're making it through. It's Wednesday, my dudes. I love that we record on Wednesdays, so we can say that every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. We're here.
Yeah, we're
That's
alive.
good. That's half the battle
Against our
at
will,
this point.
but, you know.
Yeah.
About to Baja Blast out of here. I love that one.
Into oblivion, I think that's what they said.
Yeah. Call me Taco Bell.
Yes.
I'm about to Baja Blast myself into oblivion.
Yeah. Like, write that on my tombstone.
Yeah, fine.
We should get that tattooed.
Yeah, we just
Yes.
little
I've been thinking about getting
Baja
a
Blast.
cup. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a cup of Baja Blast tattoo. Like a cute little small one, you know?
Love that.
Should that be one of our mini shared tattoos?
Yes.
Just
Ooh.
Baja Blast.
Yeah. A little green boy.
I wonder how, like, you'd probably have to bring in a Baja Blast to color match. Because that's a unique,
Yeah.
It's a unique, like, green, blue kind of color.
Yeah, like a teal.
to see
Well,
almost.
I mean, we can take a Baja Blast to the tattoo appointment. I think it's fine.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm,
Yeah.
sipping, inking.
Sipping on
Sounds
gin
like a
and
good
Baja
time.
Blast. No, not while you're getting tattooed. Not tattoo safe,
A
everyone
Baja
out
Blast.
there.
Yeah, don't
Don't listen to Meaghan.
Yeah. Do that once you're home,
Yes.
safe and sound, and recovering.
Exactly. Call it a Baja Bliss. Gin and Baja Blast. But
Well, we're gathered here today. We figured we'd talk holidays. Today is November 15th.
Yeah. We're approaching the biggest holiday, which is my
Courtney's birthday. Yes.
Period.
Sad
We're approaching
day.
Sagittarius season.
Heck yeah. My birthday's on the 26th. And I don't know if I told you guys, so I guess it'll be a good time to tell you now. I'm having a little get together for my birthday, a little like family kind of a
Hashtag no
get
invite,
together. I'm
bitch.
hoping.
No
I mean, y'all gonna fly out here just for some Mongolian barbecue?
If I had the money,
Don't tempt me with a good time.
You're like, maybe. But yeah, so I found this really cool Mongolian barbecue place that's like all you can eat.
Sick.
So yeah, I'm pumped about that. Sounds really good. And then I invited some family, my aunt, my cousins, my mom, obviously, my uncle, my brother's coming.
Good.
Yeah. And so I also invited some friends, but I've not heard back from them yet. So I don't know if they're coming.
Except Meaghan and I. So I don't know who these other friends are.
Friends in quotation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
this
always
will be a chill kind of birthday this year.
Good.
Courtney's birthday always lands like near or on the Thanksgiving weekend.
It's very upsetting.
Yeah, so like
2026, my birthday is on Thanksgiving.
oh.
I checked because I was like, when is it going to fall on Thanksgiving again?
Yeah.
2026. It'll be on the 26th, in the year 2026.
Nice.
I'll be turning, I think, 32.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that.
Callie's
You're
hers
turning
falls
some.
on Thanksgiving in 2025. So
Oh.
I'm
Fun.
like, bad luck, Carlos.
That's when she'll be like 20 years old, right?
He's basically 10 going on 20 right now.
It's insane. Yeah, Courtney's birthday always fell on like the long weekends in college, so we'd be able to, like, if we were all together, we'd do Thanksgiving, and then we would like go out and party for 3 days. It was kind of fun. Maybe it would be like if the Ducks were in town, we'd go to the football game, the Civil War, and then like enjoy Courtney's birthday. So it was a good, like, a lot of celebrating throughout the weekend. It was a good time. Or else we'd do it like the weekend before or after, but eventually it got too expensive to go home.
Yeah, I think my first, because I never made it home for Thanksgiving because it was so expensive because it was around, Christmas and all that. So my first Thanksgiving away from home was at Meaghan's house, actually.
Yeah, and that was the first time we had done like traditional Thanksgiving since my parents had gotten divorced. Like when my dad always went all out for Thanksgiving, and when my parents got divorced, my brother and I were like, we're tired, like we don't want to do the turkey, and my dad would always do like turkey and ham and mashed potato, like it was just too much. And so then we started doing like what we called non-traditional Thanksgiving, where one year we did like, we called it like carnival Thanksgiving. So we did like corn dogs and tater tots and like fair food. There was one year where we ordered Chinese food. We did enchiladas one year. And so then I like invited Courtney and our other friend at the time, Casey, back for Thanksgiving, since they were away from home and weren't going to be able to make it back for the holidays. And so I texted my mom. I was like, okay, we got to do like normal Thanksgiving this year. And she was like, okay, yeah, no problem. So she like went and she's like, I forgot like how much normal Thanksgiving, she's like, and she like went and did like the pie, and we had a little turkey, and she was like, I forgot what goes into like a traditional, yeah. And she's like, I forgot it goes into like traditional Thanksgivings, and we hadn't done one in so long.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I totally forgot you guys did that. Because that was too only, 2 months after the quarter started. Like, we hadn't been friends all that long.
Yeah, we didn't really know each other that well.
Yeah, but my new Meaghan welcomed us to her dad's for Halloween.
That was fun.
They did Thanksgiving. Yeah, Meaghan. Because the Meaghan's family was local, it worked out well for times when we couldn't, like, be with our families or whatever.
But yeah, so, like, my Thanksgiving is usually pretty big. We have, like, we usually do ham, too, because I never have been, like, a turkey person. So we'll usually do, like, ham and turkey or some type of turkey. On Christmas, we'll do ham and some type of turkey. My mom likes turkey wings or, like, turkey legs. We'll do that because like getting a whole turkey is just like too much. My mom makes like gravy from scratch, and then we'll have collard greens. But my mom's lately, like the last few years, she's been making mustard greens, which if you know, you know. I prefer collards, but mustard greens are quicker, so whatever. So yeah, it was really, really cool to experience like, no offense, but like a white Thanksgiving. Because,
valid.
I've never like had Thanksgiving anywhere else. I've always had, traditional like Southern like Black Thanksgiving. And so it was really cool to see how like, other people celebrate.
Yeah, that wasn't even normal for us, but yeah, we tried to do the more traditional route.
Yeah, it was a really good time. Meaghan's mom got a cake for me, and it was just like the sweetest thing that anyone's done. I think my birthday was on Thanksgiving that year, so
I think so,
it was just it was so kind because I was just so sad that I wouldn't be at home, and I was going to be, I think, in the dorms just by myself. So
yeah,
not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Yeah, it was. I was able to thankfully like drive home for. I think I drove home for 2 Thanksgivings, and then we did our senior year together in our apartment. But
it was the best Thanksgiving.
It was the best. Like, we happened to hit a time where our other roommate went home because their family was like within 2 hours from school. But I don't remember, Meaghan, if you just like didn't want to hang with fam or your plans weren't till later in the weekend. But like, of course, Courtney was still like, I either go home for Christmas or I go home now, but I don't want to go home now. And I got tired of doing the drive back and forth just to be busy for 3.5 days. So
you have to then turn around and drive back home like 2 weeks later for Christmas.
Exactly. So we were like, screw it. We've got like the 3 of us and Bob's Burgers and Winco.
Yep.
So we bought good food. I think we just did ham because all three of us were like, we don't really do turkey.
Yeah. Yeah, Courtney cooked pretty much everything.
Yeah. Courtney Master Chef'd it up. Meaghan and I, like, helped.
No, y'all helped.
Yeah.
But...
We were preppers. We, like, peeled potatoes, I think, and, like, cut up stuff, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super helpful. Yeah, we had, like, that first year, we did ham, and then we did stuffing, because I'm not good at making dressing, so I think we just did stuffing.
Yeah.
And then I think I made my mac and cheese, I know that, so I'm good at mac and cheese.
You were so good at mac and cheese.
It's my go-to meal every, like, holiday. I'm always making mac and cheese. Yes. And then what else did we do? I think we had mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. I think we did gravy, and I think we had green beans.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had rolls, too.
I was going to say, yeah, because we were definitely, like, munching on kind of leftover little sandwiches for a couple days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think maybe my dad brought rolls over, because I know he brought, like, wine and, like, I think some kind of dessert my stepmom had made, and I think maybe rolls or whatever. He, like, dropped that off Thanksgiving morning, and he's like, you guys can come over. And I was just like, I like the idea of just a quiet, like, my step-family. There's just always so many people there. And I was like, I like them, but I'll just hang with my girls.
Yeah, we could just then, like, do what we wanted. If we wanted to drink, we didn't have to drive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we, like, ate Thanksgiving together, like our Thanksgiving meal together. I want to say we like, I want to say we did like what we were thankful for, but it was pretty much each other.
Yeah.
And then we watched. I think we tried to watch like all the Thanksgiving episodes on Bob's Burgers, but we eventually just kind of let it run. Meaghan got wine drunk and proved she's really good at math when she drinks wine.
Facts.
And yeah, we probably played GTA for a bit because that became our thing. It was just like simple, and the apartment building was quiet too because so many people went home. So it was just like no chaos, simple. We could sleep in the next day.
Yeah, it was a nice time.
Yeah, I think we just spent like the whole day eating and laughing. Which, like, what more do you want?
Yeah. In our pajamas, no makeup, no effort, just vibes.
Yeah, and no timetable on like when we had to eat or clean up or go home. Yeah, that's one of my favorite like holidays I've had.
Same.
For sure.
Did we have Thanksgiving twice all together or just once?
I think just the one. I'm trying to remember junior year, but Meaghan was in London.
Oh, you know what? I spent that one by myself. I think I was in... Yeah, I did Thanksgiving alone, but I remember you came back early.
Yeah.
And you had tons of food. You're like, God damn, Court, you made a lot of food.
Yeah.
But because I don't know how to make small amounts of recipes, like I just know the big amounts.
Yeah.
You're like, this is my mac and cheese. I don't know. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to make it smaller. It makes a pan. I don't know.
Yeah, but it worked out because then we had like lunch and dinners for a couple days. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah, I think I was on loan that Thanksgiving, but it was pretty chill. But then I think like at night I got spooked because we were in the apartments, and I was like, it's kind of creepy being here by myself. But it was cool.
Yeah,
was okay.
You survived.
I survived. I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool because you I think and our other roommate came back a little bit earlier, so that was.
If I remember, maybe I came back that like Saturday instead. Or something. But yeah, we made it work, and now we just text each other on the holidays and wish we could do that Thanksgiving again.
Honestly,
another thing we used to do, what was kind of like a tradition. It wasn't a holiday, but it's a thing. Me and Meaghan do seafood nights.
Oh yeah, seafood nights. Those are the best.
Yeah, so Meaghan and I are the only ones really who like seafood. Kaylee doesn't really partake. And so we used to, like, I knew how to do boils just from growing up and being a little Creole, you feel me? So my family comes from New Orleans, so like we love our seafood and our boils. And Megan was like, "No, I'll totally eat a boil." And then I think because I walked by, we're in Winco, and they had crab on sale. And now I wish that crab would be that cheap again, because now it's ridiculous. But it was like these packs of crab, and I forget how much they were, but they were dirt cheap. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I get like a bunch of these, will someone eat them with me?
And I was like, say less.
Kaylee was like, I won't, but I'll root you on. And Megan's like, get them, put them in the cart.
Add the basket,
Yeah, so we did that, and like potatoes, and then we usually do like Red Lobster biscuits.
Yep.
Are the best biscuits.
And we would, like, her and I would just sit at the table for like 2 hours, like cracking like crab legs, eating, chatting. We'd like put on a movie. It was a whole, best date ever.
It was a whole day. Yeah. Crab days are the best days.
Yeah, I'd walk out and just like eat a roll. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
I remember the one time we, like, Courtney had added too much of the seasoning, and so then the whole we were all, like, crying because it was too much. We were, like, opening windows, and Kaylee and our other roommate were like, what is happening right now? We were like, we should have just done half a packet, and so we thought we had enough for a whole packet, but it was definitely not enough food for a whole packet.
No, like, because I think like that's for like a big kind of like pot. Now that I know, obviously, it's like for like a big kind of like deep stock pot.
Yeah, I think that was the first one we did. So we were like almost gassed ourselves out of our apartment with the friggin' spices.
I overestimated the spice for sure.
Tear gas or something. We were like, no, it wasn't. It just like it just went into your eyes through the air, and it was like awful.
We were like a mess. All our eyes were just like bloodshot, just red.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, and the food wasn't spicy at all. I was expecting it to be like crazy hot and ridiculous. Yeah. It was so much spice. It was fine.
Yep.
I was like, oh, it was just us suffering then. Okay.
Aggressive air.
Truly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was so bad.
We opened up the windows and it didn't help. We had to like open the door. It was just, we had fans, I think. It was a mess.
Yeah. But
I remember telling my mom what happened. She's like, Courtney, don't you know? And I was like, Mom, I didn't, clearly.
How would I?
You're like, I do now, and that's what matters.
Yeah, like I know now. You only need a little bit, just a touch.
Just a tad.
But yeah, like, what do you guys usually do, like, for Christmas? What's kind of your go-to? I know we aren't like religious, but we do celebrate Christmas, like most people, I guess.
Yeah.
Americans, at least.
I was just gonna say really quick. It's funny you brought up the crab boil, because for my mom's side of the family, for Thanksgiving every year, we used to go to my grandma's, and we would boil like fresh crab, and that would be like, instead of like the turkey and stuffing and stuff, it was a crab feed.
Ooh,
yeah, she lived up in the San Juan Islands here in Washington, and so she lived like 10 minutes from a fresh seafood grocer, and so she like knew the guy, and every year around this time of year they would like buy a bunch of crab. I ate lasagna because I'm lame, but my cousin Corey and I were like the two lasagna eaters every year.
Little Garfields.
I was just gonna say that too.
But because like both my mom's family, so like mom, dad, sister, and I, and then my aunt's family, we all did like the normal stuff on Thursday for that Thanksgiving weekend. So by the time Saturday rolled around, we're like, we don't want to eat more turkey and potatoes and same old stuff. So my grandma was like, here we go, something different.
Shake it up.
Really cool. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's fun.
I'm just going up there and going to her house and like crowding her whole house. But so just funny you brought up the seafood, and that's like what we used to do for one of our days.
That's fun.
For Christmas, we used to do Christmas Eve at my dad's parents' house. And then Christmas Day, every other year, my mom's mom would swap being either at my house or at my cousin's house. So she'd go see one of her daughters every year for Christmas.
Oh.
And yeah, and that was just how it went. So like Christmas Eve at my grandparents', like, and we'd try to have everybody there. So my aunt and uncle on that side and any cousins. But yeah, we would do a big dinner and open gifts and hang out. And my sister and I used to do like little shows. We would like play our keyboards and sing for them and
Superstar.
We'd always try to be like the little hostesses for my grandparents, even though it was more just to keep us out of the way than anything.
Yeah. They're like, go learn a song. Go do like,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah. Like, sit in the corner, play your keyboard, read your books.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Christmas Day, it was usually kept pretty simple. I think our big meal was like a late lunch, but we'd get up and have fun with our gifts and eat a good breakfast and then just kind of munch throughout the day and then eat a solid. Yeah. What about you, Meaghan?
Yeah. So growing up, we would always do Christmas Eve when my parents were still together. We would go to a pizza parlor called Papa's Pizza because Santa always came on Christmas Eve. So that was a tradition that we'd do. Like we'd go have pizza and then we'd sit on Santa's lap and tell him what we wanted for Christmas and come home. And that was like our Christmas Eve tradition, which I always really enjoyed. Like I think that's something that I'd like to do this year. Not Santa necessarily, but like keeping the tradition of like having pizza on Christmas Eve. Cause I really like that. It just makes it nice. And so then normally we would have leftover pizza for breakfast on Christmas morning just to make it easy. Get up, open gifts, like you could snack on leftover pizza. And then normally my dad, because he would do, sometimes for Christmas, he usually always did prime rib. And then sometimes he would do ham or turkey, and then sometimes he would do all three. So we always had so my dad started like his career in the military as a cook. So we always joke that he has never learned how to cook for a normal amount of people. He only knows how to cook for an army, because he just cooks so much food. Like even now, when it's just like him and my stepmom, I think he cooks like the normal amount of food for like what would have been the 6 of us, but it's only 2 of them now. So he's slowly learning like what the proper amount of food is. But yeah, the man doesn't understand like how many leftovers there are. So we always had so much food at Christmas.
Anytime we're at Phil's, he's like, eat food. There's so much food. And we're like, but there's 4 of us. Like,
like you cooked enough for 20 and there's 4 of us. Yeah. So he would normally get up or would start like the prime rib normally and slow cook it in the oven all night. So he would start it when we get back from the pizza parlor. And so then every 2 hours he'd be up to like check on it, baste it, season it, all that stuff that, needed to be done. So the house always smelled really good in the morning because there had been like slow cooked meat going. So I liked that. And then once my parents separated, it, kind of depended on whose place we were at. It seems more common now that we do like Christmas Eve with my mom and then Christmas with my dad. That just kind of seems to be how it's been the last few years when we've all, like my brother and I have both been home. So that's nice. Usually we'll do like non-traditional stuff with my mom. So I think the last couple of years we've done like enchiladas because that's one of my brother and my like favorite food that my mom makes. So we'll do enchiladas and we'll like watch Harry Potter movies and open our gifts like in the evening and then just like spend the day with each other. And then we'll go to my dad's. And it's been nice the last few years that like me, my brother, my step siblings have been together. We have snuck off to the movies in the morning. So we'll go down, we'll open gifts like while my dad and my stepmom are busy like cooking and like don't want people in the kitchen. We just go to the movies and spend 2 hours away, and then we come back and it's time to like load everything up and go typically to my step grandma's house. So then we go and we eat and we visit, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of how Christmas has been recently. It'll be interesting this year because we'll all be separate. So I think Christmas Eve, I'll probably like order pizza or something and just hang out at home. And then Christmas, I'll probably just do like a movie marathon of something and maybe make myself a nice little dinner. There's a couple good recipes. I have the Stephen King cookbook that I got last Christmas from like our work gift exchange. So there's a couple of good like roasted chicken recipe. There's one I want to try for Thanksgiving this year, I think, where you could like, you do like the roasted chicken with like different veggies and stuff, and then you can turn it into like a stew if you have any leftovers. So I want to try that for Thanksgiving, and if I like how that goes, I might end up doing that for Christmas, or maybe getting like a small ham. Just hard because they don't make holiday stuff for one people. I'm like, I don't need I don't need a whole turkey for me. Like I would do turkey legs, like, so I just need to kind of figure out what my options are with the right amount of food for one person.
And it's always good too, if you do turkey legs, you can just kind of take the meat off the bone and just use it for other stuff too.
Yeah.
What you don't eat. So
True.
That could help too. But yeah, usually like for us, New Year's Eve, we don't really, not New Year's Eve, geez, Christmas Eve.
Like you're skipping everything.
I know, right to the New Year. We don't really have any traditions for like Christmas Eve lately, since I've, I guess, gotten older and can help out with this. I usually go to my mom's house and we'll kind of wrap all the presents together, and then I'll come back over for Christmas morning and it'll be a thing. But I don't know if I'll do that this year. But usually like Christmas Eve, I would help my mom cook because she would stay up super late, putting, potatoes on, making sure the collard greens are ready to go. She'll pre-cook some of the turkey because then she'll have to let it like cook overnight. And yeah, so she would kind of just start all the foods. And then I would help her like prep everything with like chopping or doing like grating cheese or chopping up veggies and stuff. And so that was kind of like our little tradition, just like the night before, get everything ready so that Christmas morning we open our presents and then do the last little bit of food and then it's done. But yeah, usually for Christmas lately, it's kind of just been, I go over there to my mom's house and help her finish cooking, do my mac and cheese. Usually I boil the noodles the night before because no one wants to wait for noodles to boil. And then put everything together and put it in the oven the day of. And usually my brother will come over and my niece and nephew will come over, and that's when all the fun really starts because they'll come over and they'll get to open presents because like Christmas, I feel like as an adult has gotten like just less and less exciting. Just because like it's just, hey, we're gonna give some gifts and eat some food, bye. But I think having the kids around has been like really cool because I love watching them open stuff and I love seeing them be excited and happy, and it just makes me feel good because I'm always like, oh, look at them, and they like open their presents all fast and they're all really excited. So they usually come over and then they'll tell us all what they got for Christmas. Usually we'll FaceTime them like first thing in the morning after they had their because our mom makes breakfast, like a big breakfast for them all, and then they open all their gifts and eat, and then they'll FaceTime us, and then we'll kind of chat and be like, okay, so when are you guys coming? We're like, oh, we're gonna finish eating and then come over. And then my uncle, he's been here just the last Christmas, but this Christmas he's gonna be over. Probably he'll spend the night probably at my mom's house maybe. And then yeah, the fun usually starts when my niece and nephew get over there. Then that's when we all kind of open all our presents together. And it's usually a good time. Then we'll sit down and eat. And then everyone, of course, has to bring Tupperware so that we can take food home. And then we'll usually have like dessert too, but I don't know what kind of dessert we're gonna have this year. So we'll have to figure that out. But that's kind of how it works. We usually just go home and you pass out
Yes.
from being exhausted. This year I was gonna do like a big tree because now I have like space in my apartment to have like a bigger tree, but I decided not to do it this year just because this year is gonna be like more tight money wise, and I don't feel like spending money on a tree right now because then you have to buy all the decorations. Yeah, you got to buy all the like little garland and all the lights and all that stuff. So I think next year I'll probably try and like decorate and do it up. I still want to get like some Christmassy stuff to have like around the house to make it all festive, but
do you have a theme?
Probably not
for Christmas that how you'd like to decorate? Oh, okay.
No, I just like what I like,
No, that's fair. I just know some people are very like specific. Like my aunt was like, she was very into like Santas. So and like specifically like Hawaiian shirt vacation Santas. So she had a ton of those. My mom loves like snowmen. So a lot of her like Christmas decorations are like snowmen. And then she gets like a nutcracker every year. So I wasn't sure if you were going to do like have like a little theme.
Oh, that's actually cute. I've been looking, my whole like Instagram Explore page has been Halloween and Christmas decor.
Love.
And like right now there's like a big gingerbread man kind of like theme going on that everyone's doing. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, and I have these really cute, I think it's at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, where they're like really cute gingerbread man shaped pillows, like for like the couch, and I really want them. But they've been selling out everywhere because of course they're so cute, and they're viral now. But yeah, I want to get like some cute themed throw pillows, and then I have like some little lights that my mom got me, like string lights, but they're shaped like stockings.
Okay.
And I'll probably like do stockings again. I did stockings last year for like me and Marvel, my dog, and Muffin. And so I'll probably do stockings again this year. So it's pretty easy and cheap to get. But yeah, I'm probably gonna like, I'm trying to think on if I want to start wrapping presents here, if I just will wrap presents at my mom's house. I usually like wrap presents at her house because she buys all the wrapping paper and all the bows and the name tags. And so I'm like, I'll just come over there and use all your stuff.
Do you like wrapping presents?
I used to love wrapping presents when I was little. Like it was my favorite thing, but now I absolutely cannot care less.
Oh, I still love wrapping presents. Like I'm like, there's like, I'm not going to wrap I don't think I'm going to buy myself much for Christmas, but I'm like, I'm not going to wrap my own, like, okay. So I'm bummed because I don't have anything to wrap this year. So maybe I'll have to wrap something for the dogs and see if I can get them to like rip it open.
I mean, Rossi probably would.
Rossi would.
Yeah.
Especially if it was food in the inside.
He looks at me. He's sitting next to me. He looks at me. He's like, "You talking shit?"
I'm excited to be in Auntie because I feel like that'll like rejuvenate the whole all holidays for me.
Yeah, all holidays are gonna be like first. It's like baby first this, baby first that, and then you watch them grow up. Especially like it was really fun watching like Callie learn what Thanksgiving was, because then she started being like obsessed with all the food. And like last Thanksgiving for her birthday, like she wanted a gumbo. So it's just like, it's just fun watching it all happen and like them learning what these holidays mean and getting excited for it. And then you get the whole like Santa spiel.
Yeah, I'm excited to pretend to be a rich auntie and get them cute stuff that they want. And every year since my sister was born, my mom has, oh gosh, you can probably hear the cats, sorry. My mom's one Christmas gift she requires every year is a Santa photo of my sister and I. So for, let's see, I'm 27. I think my mom has 28 photos.
Oh my gosh.
29. And she still has every one of them, and she hangs them up every year around, like right after Thanksgiving. She pulls them out and hangs them up. So anyway, I'm excited to include my nibbling next year when they're born. Because my sister wants to like continue the tradition, not just for my mom, but then for like her and her husband to like, you know, have the kiddos with Santa. That's like the very classic thing to do. So I'm excited to include them in our annual tradition.
I love that.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Did you guys like grow up just like believing in Santa?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I think it just like became the thing where it's like we went to bed at a good time because Santa was going to show up. And
you mean the guy at the pizza parlor isn't actually Santa?
Don't tell me, Meaghan.
Yeah, I never grew up believing in Santa.
Like ever?
No, never. My mom always made it clear that she worked hard for my gifts.
Fair.
I was like, no, I'm not going to have Santa take credit when I work 2 jobs to get you these gifts.
Oh.
Your mom got you that, okay? Yeah, she would always put like from mom and stuff. So I never like, for a second when I was younger, I was like, is Santa real, Mom? She's like, yeah, of course he's real. I was like, how come he don't come here then? All your gifts are from Mom. And she was just like, I was like, I know he's not real. And she's like, I'm sorry. I probably should have let you guys know that.
That sounds very much like Shauna.
Yeah, it's her. She's like, I didn't work 2 jobs for you guys.
Some white man.
This white man came down into South Central passing out presents. And so yeah, Callie, my niece and my nephew, like they don't, Santa's not a thing for them either. And I don't know, I guess it's just like most of the people I know never really like believed in Santa. I wonder if it's a Black thing where it's just like, nah, Santa is not a thing. Interesting. I'll have to ask.
Maybe we'll make it a poll when we post the link to the episode.
Yeah, because I mean, I did when I was little, just because like we did the whole like Santa pictures and like you know would go like that was the whole pull of like going to the pizza parlor on Christmas Eve was that like you know then someone dressed up as Santa, and so I don't know, I can't remember like when I stopped believing in Santa, but I know my parents, they always did like. Because I know some, like, we had friends of ours, and I think that, like, all of their presents were supposedly from Santa, whereas, like, at our house, it was just one gift was from Santa. And so my parents would, like, leave that gift unwrapped. So when, like, we got up in the morning, like, we, of course, like, all the presents were under the tree and had been for, you know, a couple of days. And then when we got up in the morning, there was one present for each of us sitting unwrapped that was from Santa.
Same. Yeah, that's exactly how it went for us, too.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I guess,
that's
too,
so
like,
interesting.
With the going to do Santa photos, even if it was, you know, a couple weeks before Christmas, it was always, oh, what do you want? What do you want for Christmas, little girl? When we go now, Santa still asks us what we want for Christmas.
You're like, I want a fucking break, Santa. I want a fucking break.
Give me a break. Give me a job that pays me a ton of money that I don't have to do anything.
Give me a winning lotto ticket.
Yeah, basically.
Santa's like, I can't help you.
Like the economy, I don't know.
Yeah, affordable housing prices. Free healthcare.
I wonder if we actually said that, what he would say. Because, like, what do you say to that?
I have to throw one of those out this year when we go.
Yeah, you have to do it.
I mean, I can't imagine that Santas make a lot of money, so they probably be like, bitch, same. Like,
yeah, like, you're a mall Santa.
No, because I'm like, what kind of job security is that if you're just a mall Santa?
I don't know. My dad played Santa a couple times at, like, military events.
Your dad's
Hell
such
yeah,
a
he did.
Santa. I can see it.
Yeah. Yep. I remember there was one year when like my dad and my stepmom, I don't think they were married yet. I think maybe they were engaged at the time. And so we went to some military like family Christmas party, which is very common, and we did that like growing up and stuff. You know, you go to the military Christmas party, and so it was like the event area that it was at in Eugene was just really dysfunctional. It was not a great place for like a family event, because the bar was right in the middle of the space. So they had the kids like pushed into this like back room area. So there's probably like 50 kids in this like little bit bigger than like a bedroom set. Like it was chaos. And so of course there's always toys like donated to give out at these events. And so, you know, my dad was dressed up as Santa, so each of the kids gets to go up and, you know, okay, this is what I want, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, because my dad was so involved in that aspect, like, thankfully we didn't have to dress up. But me and my brother and my two step-siblings were, like, the Christmas elves. So we basically got put on babysitting duty to watch all of these kids, to pass out these gifts. It was...
Fuck them kids.
It was wild. And I remember we like did it and we were all like, never again. Like, if you want to be Santa, that's great. But like, we did not sign up for that. Like, we were like, we'll go help set up. Like, no problem. That's just the standard with my dad. Like, he has to be busy. Even now, he's busy doing stuff with the post, doing military things. I'm sure there'll be some type of military Christmas party he'll go to this year at the post to do things. And so, you know, you go up and you help set up tables and you do all that. But yeah, I remember that day because it was just, we got there at like 6 a.m. We didn't leave till like 8 o'clock at night. I was like, I'm never having children. Like, I'm done with the holidays. Like, my holiday spirit is empty. So yeah, good times.
Like, this is my Grinch origin story.
Yeah, that's how I want to decorate my house. Is I want to do like a Grinch decor. I bought a Grinch tree skirt last year, so I want to do like fun. I found a couple Pinterest things that I don't know if I'll do this year. Depends on how bored I get, but yeah, I think I'd like to. I thought about doing Nightmare Before Christmas, but I feel like that's just too close to my normal decor. And I kind of like I want it to feel like different in the house when I decorate for Christmas. So yeah, I think the Grinch will be a fun one.
That does sound really cool. Yeah, that's like interesting though. I think my first time seeing like a mall Santa or just anyone dressed as Santa was like when I want to say middle to high school. Wow. I was just like, why is this person over here dressed like Santa? Yeah, it just wasn't like a thing. Like we never did Santa pictures or anything of the sort. It wasn't like a thing for us to do. Yeah, I don't know. That's just weird. I never took. I don't think Callie or our junior or my niece and nephew ever been to take pictures with Santa either. I feel like they would think it's so weird. I can't imagine like any age. Where they definitely like weird.
Like when I tell people every year that my sister and I are going, like coworkers or whomever, like yeah, like I'm meeting up with my sister tonight, gonna go take our Santa photos. Pardon?
Like you are like, 25. Yeah,
like last year, as we got older, we were like, okay, we have to make this like worth our time. And so now we try and do a theme for every photo. So like one year we wore Seahawks jerseys, sweatshirts of like the colleges we went to. We've worn Rudolph onesies before, all kinds of fun stuff. So last year my sister got married and we were like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to wear our wedding and bridesmaid dress? Like we've only worn them once. Why not? Right? So at work, I changed into my full length gown and was like, all right, guys, like I'm off to the mall. See ya. And they're like, what the hell?
You're like, I got a hot date with Saint Nick.
Yeah, I was like, I got somewhere to be. And then my sister got changed into like a Macy's dressing room into her wedding dress, and we walked through them all in our dresses, and it was fabulous. We looked wonderful.
Those
Love
pictures
that
are
for you
cute.
guys.
Yeah, it's funny kind of when my mom hangs up the photos every year, because there's of course us as little infants and toddlers, and we're just like vibing. And then of course like our awkward years where you can tell we hated being there, and we're like fake smiling, and we have like acne coming in, you know, total preteen. And then we kind of found our way towards the end of high school, I think, where we were like, okay, if this is all mom ever wants, we can do this. We're capable of mustering up something fun. And so,
Do you guys have a theme picked for this year?
We were talking about it the other day. We don't. She wants it to be fun, and I'm like, well, you're going to be like 5 or 6 months, at least 6 months pregnant. Like, I don't want you to be uncomfortable. We could just go cozy. So we'll see. I know we want to do something fun next year once the baby arrives, but for now we got to figure out what we're going to do next month. So any recommendations are more than welcome for my sister and I.
She could be the Grinch and you could be Cindy Lou Who.
I could be Max the dog.
That's true. That would be cute.
Oof. Oof.
I'm trying to think what else. She could be the Virgin Mary. And no, just kidding.
And I will be... Who's the guy that brings myrrh?
You could be Judas. No.
Judas, yeah.
I think that's the one. That's the winner.
You can always like paint her belly something. Put some paint on it.
Ooh. I don't know if either of us would like that. That stuff kind of grosses me out.
They do. But I'm just thinking of something.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to come up with something fun. But yeah, that's kind of been the only tradition that has kind of stuck around for me too. My sister is married and settling down, and my parents split also about 13 years ago. So every year it's something a little bit different with my sister and her husband working weird hours. I worked weird hours for a long time around both Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants and just make sure we spend time together, eat good food, and have some festive time. That's pretty much where we're at this point. We embrace all the time off work we can get. So,
yes,
yeah, it's
hell yeah,
yeah. Do you guys have any other like holidays throughout the year you celebrate? I feel like we are all three kind of fall holiday people. We don't really do much.
My mom, there's a tradition in the Black community that we always have to quote unquote throw something on the grill. And so throughout, summer, there'll be like holidays. My mom will be calling me stressed, like, Court, it's Memorial Day. We gotta do something. We gotta throw something on the grill. And I'm like, Mom, what do we have to celebrate Memorial Day for? We don't even know any like people who served in the military.
Like people
President's
are dying.
Day, like it's just always like those weird holidays that no one cares about. And she's like, well, we gotta throw something on the grill, celebrate.
Which means your brother's throwing something on the grill.
Yeah, which means he ends up taking over, and my mom just makes a potato salad. And then she ends up stressing herself out, like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna throw on the grill. Like, maybe we do some chicken breast, or like, what about this? And I'm like, Mom, we don't have to have barbecue for Veterans Day. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
She's like, we do though. The grill needs to be used.
Like, we gotta throw something on the grill. So yeah, it's just like this meme now where like Black people are always just like, well, we gotta find an excuse to throw something on the grill. So usually 4th of July, we throw something on the grill.
Yeah.
And my brother gets a ton of fireworks, all very legal. and we
Totally.
just have a grand old time. Usually it's a little problematic on 4th of July, but ends up working out. It comes together in the end. So we usually celebrate that pretty like heavily ever since the kids have been around, because they love being outside and looking at the fireworks and stuff. But yeah, most of those random holidays, my mom is always trying to throw something on the grill.
I feel like,
or if we just have like some good just happened, like somebody just graduated, or there's like good news, I'm like, oh, we gotta throw something on the grill.
I feel like you should find one of those really obscure on the calendar ones where it's like National Wine Day or Sister Day or whatever, and be like, all right, Ma, we gotta throw something on the grill. It's like Tuesday in April. Like, I don't.
You guys can probably help me with this. I'm trying to make National Aunties Day a thing.
Yeah.
Because we gotta start celebrating.
I bet it exists.
It does exist. We just don't celebrate it. And
what day is it?
It needs to be bigger.
I mean, all three of us are going to be aunties by March, so.
I know.
Yeah. There's a Grandparents' Day. There's Mother's Day. Father's
July
Day.
26th is National Aunties Day.
Okay. I'm putting it in my calendar.
Yep. Got to throw something on the grill.
Next year. That's Niles Day. Not
really?
I think that's when we go see Niles. I was gonna be like, haha, we should get together and celebrate, but like,
we will.
We will be.
I think we will be this next year. Our first, all three of us as aunties.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's incredible.
Should we make National Aunties Day T-shirts for the concert? Niall will be like, "What's happening?"
And we are like, we are his aunties.
We are the aunties. Hello.
Love.
I'm really
July 26th. Yeah,
I think so.
That's what it said. I just looked it up.
Can we stop fighting, you guys?
I was gonna say, whose cat is that? That Pascal and
Oh,
Birdie?
that's Birdie.
Oh.
Yep. He sits on her and she's like,
I wasn't sure if Muffin was hungry, so I wasn't.
Oh, now she's glaring at me.
Yeah,
because I'm mocking her.
Yeah, Marvel's trying to mess with her now. She's like trying to get at her. I'm like, leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, I pretty much like, I usually celebrate Memorial Day because my birthday falls on that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's like a double excuse to bring people together.
Throw something on the grill.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, like, I've never, I don't know, had a reason to celebrate much else. We used to have like President's Day off of school, and we'd get like a whole week out of it, because usually they'd make it like a 4-day weekend for school. I don't understand why, but and so we would go and see we'd usually go and see one of my aunts who live in Washington and like Eastern Washington and Idaho, and that was always cool. We were like, oh, this holiday's like the perfect excuse to see family we see like once a year. So
yeah,
that's kind of it. Oh, July 23rd.
Oh,
well,
close enough.
We can make it work to still celebrate together.
Yeah.
Early on.
Oh, can we go? Can we go to Din Tai Fung?
Hell yeah!
Eat some green beans.
Yeah,
so green beans. I was gonna do that for my birthday, but I was like, it's gonna be too expensive, and it's all family style. And I don't trust my uncle and my brother not to eat everything.
That food was so good, you guys. Oh,
they're gonna hog all the green beans.
Oh, they have dessert buns and dessert dumplings that are filled with chocolate. Meaghan?
Yeah, it's like Nutella or something.
You're gonna die. It's the most incredible.
I'm so excited for July.
Yeah.
You're like,
anyway,
here's things to look forward to.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't like celebrate too much. We were never like we're not religious, so we never did like Easter. We had family friends who they weren't religious either, but they always went like real big with their kids with Easter baskets. So then, because we spent so much time with them, my parents kind of felt obligated to like get us Easter baskets, but they never went like crazy. Usually it was just like, here's some chocolate, here's a, like a chocolate bunny. And then normally they'd get us like a DVD or something of a movie that they figured that we'd like. So usually it was something like pretty little. I don't know why though. Like it was like nice, it was cool to like get a little thing. I was more excited for the candy and chocolate, to be honest. But yeah, so they did that, and then
chocolate bunny.
Yeah, and then you guys know my dad. He also loves any reason to throw something on the grill. So anytime, it's like 4th of July, Memorial Day, anytime the weather's supposed to be good and there's a reason for him to barbecue chicken or steak or something, he is on it. So I don't really celebrate too much. I think Halloween and Christmas are probably the big ones. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think much else.
I like all the fall holidays.
Yeah.
Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Anywhere where I can like be spooky and eat good food is.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, my mom we did do Easter a lot. Growing up, I totally forgot about that one. She used to get us Easter baskets, and I used to really like Easter because of the candy. And then for like my niece and nephew, she started getting super creative where she started making their Easter baskets from scratch. So like weeks before Easter, she'll start gathering like all her supplies. Marvel, please, we're having a conversation. So she would start grabbing all the supplies and get the basket all ready, and then she spent like forever like placing them all in like a little, where they can all fit in the basket, and like hurry up and like wrap it all in this cute cellophane that she would find. So yeah, it's gotten pretty big. But my nephew no more. Like he's older, so he doesn't want an Easter basket. He's just like, no thanks.
He's like, I just want V-Bucks.
But basically, well, he just wants the freaking actual bucks.
Oh, is it different now?
He's grown past. Yeah, he's grown past. He's just, can you cash out me this or that? And I'm like,
wow,
what?
A grown child.
A grown child. But my niece still wants Easter baskets. My mom just will make him for her, and they'll be like as big as her. It'll be so tall. Filled with just a bunch of stuff, and I'll steal some of her candy out of there.
Nice.
And again, we just throw stuff on the grill. And I used to really like Easter a lot because we always used to have deviled eggs. I always liked Easter for the deviled eggs and the candy. Like we weren't religious, so we didn't go to church or anything. I think when I was younger we did, and I would like take my little nap at church, my little kid church nap. But then we'd have deviled eggs, and then I'd have candy, and it was the best. But now I can just make deviled eggs anytime because I'm an adult. So
true. Yeah,
which is weird. It's like, why are we having deviled eggs on Easter? Isn't that like an oxymoron?
Well, I don't know. Eggs are, because like as a kid we would do an Easter egg hunt, but I don't know why eggs became like a thing that a bunny dropped off.
Yeah,
that
would be like an Easter chicken.
Nothing.
It goes back to there. It's a pagan like thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Let me look it up. Easter bunny. I know it's like a, because I think
my favorite fact is that in Australia, bunnies are nuisances, and so they have the Easter bobby.
Is it a kangaroo? Please tell me it's a kangaroo.
It's like it's similar. It's like but they don't celebrate it with the bunnies because they don't want to like glorify bunnies because they're just a nuisance.
Are they like squirrels in America? Or they
are
more wild like that? I mean, we have wild bunnies here, obviously, but they're not usually a nuisance. They're just like little skittish friends.
Yeah. Let me see.
So the Easter bunny, it goes back to a pagan goddess who transformed a bird into a rabbit, and then the rabbit started laying these colorful eggs.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah. The general symbolic, so it just goes back to like the general symbolic story of death and rebirth. And it depends on, of course, which, like lineage you want to go back to based on what the goddess's name is. Of course, there's like, different names given, but it's the same story of she turns a bird into a rabbit and it starts laying colorful eggs.
Okay.
That's
Easter
pretty
bunnies.
cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Easter bunnies. My aunt used to put money in Easter eggs, and we'd do like Easter eggs hunt like that.
Oh, fun.
She'd put like dollars or like $20 in there, and we'd like all find them. But the Easter bilby is the Australian alternative of the Easter bunny, and bilbies are Australian marsupials that are endangered.
Oh.
They look like a cross between a hamster and a bunny, and like a rat.
What the heck is that thing? I just
But it's
looked
really
one
cute.
up. It is cute.
Aren't they so cute?
I just don't see how that's less of a nuisance than a rabbit.
Well, these are endangered, so they're trying to, like, I guess,
shed light on the species. That's fair. I remember.
Whereas rabbits are like crazy, overpopulated.
Reminds me when I was in London living, and I saw a fox on the street, and I thought like it was I was like, this is a sign from the universe. Like the fox like followed me home, and the next day we were at the bar, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, like a fox was following me, and I like have a tattoo of a fox on my leg, and so I thought this was like whole like fancy symbolic like experience, and everyone was like, yeah, they're like nuisances. They're basically like the UK version of the raccoon. And they were like, yeah, they're everywhere. And I was like, don't ruin this experience for me.
I had to explain that to my family. We were watching funny videos, and this guy, he was like trying to do a flip or something, and a fox came and stole his shoes. And they're like, no, my shoes. And he like hopped over a fence and ran away. So the guy was trying to run after him, and they all were like, oh, that's so like crazy how that could happen, like just a random fox. And I was like, well, in the UK, they're just
actually
like stray dogs. They're always around. Well, actually.
Yeah, it's weird to see a fox like when it's really late and everything's quiet, like in the middle of London, and there's just like a random and you're like, where were you during the day? Like, we're in the city. Like, we're in the city. What are you doing here?
Apparently red foxes are a predator of the bilby.
Oh no.
So full circle.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I guess dingoes, eagles, feral cats, and red foxes.
The dingo ate my baby.
The dingo ate my baby.
And the dingo didn't eat their baby. It's a sad story, actually.
It's a depressing one.
That's for next episode. No.
But yeah, we figured we'd cover the holidays. We're gonna take our couple weeks off here, but let's get into that busy, festive, family-filled time of year, and we wanted to reminisce a little bit. We're all feeling kind of homesick from each other and feeling too adult for like the holiday season. So figured we'd bring up some good times and hopefully spark some memories for those of you listening.
Yeah, what are you guys' traditions? Do you celebrate the Easter bilby? I, for one, am happy to serve my new overlords, the Easter bilby.
Is your biggest holiday National Pretzel Day? You know, whatever you choose to celebrate, it's up to you. Be a Stanley
National
Hudson.
Cinnamon Roll Day. Let's go with cinnamon. That'd be nice.
That sounds good.
Yeah. You know, maybe you like all these weird, obscure holidays. Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you watch good movies. If you I guess there's not that many Thanksgiving movies, but
there's a new Thanksgiving Christmas movie coming out.
It looks fun.
Oh yeah, and Thanksgiving, the one where there's like that animatronic turkey that kills people.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, go enjoy those. Or all of the Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving episodes, which are some of our personal favorites.
Yes. Pass the cranberry
sauce. We're having mashed potatoes.
Thank you for loving me.
Thank you for being there. Thank you for loving me.
Everyone's thanking.
It's a great episode.
The whole world's thanking us for thanking you. Kill the turkey.
Kill the turkey.
Kill the turkey.
My favorite song.
Yeah.
More Thanksgiving songs, please.
Truly. I always think of oh shoot. There's that song that like pops up on Twitter every once in a while where the person's just like tomatoes, potatoes, hams, turkeys, like saying all the foods really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I totally butchered that, but yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone has safe holidays and spends time with who they want to spend time with. And yeah, we hope to check in with you again in a couple weeks. Maybe bring us along on your travels if you need people in your ears to listen to. You can keep an eye out on my holidays on my Instagram and Twitter. I'll be spending the day watching the Seahawks play on Thanksgiving, which is pretty cool. And hanging with my kitties and seeing my family. You can check me out at Kaylee_Ranksdorf, and I'll post all the good stuff going on up here. What about you, Courtney?
Yeah, you guys can catch me at iCourtAnnette on Twitter and iCourtneyAnnette on Instagram, and also my blog, Courageously Court. I think I'm going to be posting some like holiday stuff, different like posts about holidays and, you know, the mental health impact that can have for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what about you, Meaghan?
Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at mmurdermovies. So that's M as in massacre, murder movies. And I've got my horror podcast, which I'm hoping to do a fun like Thanksgiving episode. And then I've got a couple Christmas horror movies that I'm wanting to do. So you can check that out on Spotify at Meaghan's Murder Movies. And yeah, I think that's all that I've got. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Stay safe in your Thanksgiving travels. Maybe it was a safe holiday.